Hey everyone, gather round! Today, we're going to hear a super important story from the Bible. It's a bit like a big adventure with a very serious lesson. Have you ever been told a rule that seemed a little strange, but you knew you had to follow it? Like, don't touch that hot stove. Or, look both ways before you cross the street. Well, this story is all about a very, very important rule from God. Our story starts with King David, who was a great king and loved God very much. He had a wonderful idea. He wanted to bring something incredibly special back to the city of Jerusalem. This special thing was called the Ark of the Covenant. Now, the Ark wasn't just any old box. It was a beautiful golden chest that held the 10 Commandments, the special rules God gave to his people. The Ark was a symbol that God was right there with them. It was holy, which means it was set apart just for God and had to be treated with the most respect you can imagine. God had given very specific instructions on how to move the Ark. It was so holy that no one was ever supposed to touch it directly. Instead, there were long poles that went through rings on the side of the ark. Only special people called the Levites were allowed to carry it on their shoulders using these poles. This showed everyone how unique and mighty God is. So King David gathered a huge crowd. Everyone was so excited. There was music, singing, and dancing. They were having a big parade to celebrate bringing the ark home. They put the ark on a brand new cart, and it was being pulled by oxen. 2 men, Uzzah and his brother Ahio, were guiding the cart. Everything seemed to be going great. The celebration was joyful and the people were happy. But then, something unexpected happened. As they were traveling along, the oxen stumbled. Maybe they tripped on a rock, we don't know for sure, but the cart suddenly lurched to the side. The Ark of the Covenant started to wobble and looked like it was about to fall off the cart. Seeing this, Uzzah reacted without thinking. His first instinct was to save the ark. He reached out his hand and touched it to keep it steady. He probably thought he was doing a good thing, right? He was trying to protect something holy. But in that very moment, something sad and shocking happened. Uzzah fell down and died. The Bible tells us that God's anger was kindled because of Uzzah's irreverent act. The big, happy parade came to a sudden, silent stop. Everyone was confused and scared. King David was especially upset and afraid. He didn't understand. Why would this happen when they were all trying to honor God? This is the really important part of the story. Uzzah wasn't a bad person. He was just trying to help. But God's rules are there for a reason, even if we don't always understand them. The rule about not touching the ark was a powerful reminder that God is perfectly holy, powerful, and different from us. He is not someone we can treat casually. Following his rules, even the ones that seem small, is how we show our respect and love for him. They had forgotten God's specific instructions and were moving the ark in their own way, not God's way. After this happened, King David was too afraid to take the ark to Jerusalem right away. He left it at the house of another man for 3 months. During that time, he studied and learned the right way God had commanded for the ark to be moved. Later, David tried again. But this time, he did it exactly as God had instructed. The Levites carried the ark on their shoulders, using the poles. They didn't use a cart. And this time, the journey was a success. They brought the ark to Jerusalem with great, proper celebration, and everyone understood the importance of obeying God down to the very last detail. So, what can we learn from Uzzah's story? It teaches us that honoring God means obeying him completely. It's not about our good intentions, but about following his perfect ways. God's holiness is serious, and he deserves our greatest respect and obedience. It is a reminder to always listen carefully to what God says in the Bible and to do things his way. Thanks for listening, and I can't wait to share another story with you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.